Hey there, my name is Nathan Kordyjaka. I'm the president of eThereLIVE. We are the streaming and broadcast division within Soundbox Productions. I wanted to take a moment to talk through hybrid event models. We work with so many event planners and producers that work with a wide array of event sizes, and we're getting so many questions about hybrid events. How do we do this? And what does it look like? It's a big question and an important one. Pre-COVID, you were planning one really great experience for your audience, and now you're probably thinking, well, how do I organize two really great experiences? And I think that's the right question, and I want to show you one hybrid experience model today that works really, really well. In fact, you've likely already seen it in action so many times. So if you think of watching a hockey game or literally any sporting event on TV, that is a hybrid event. Right? You have two audiences, one at the game with one experience and a second audience watching on TV having another experience. And throughout the timeline of that event, those experiences come together and break apart multiple times. The TV broadcast doesn't just make you watch what's happening in the arena or stadium between periods or show a slide of the sponsors, right? They go break to the studio for some content that only the TV audience gets. And at the same time, there's an experience at the arena that you only get if you're there. So, okay, let's put that in context of a conference, and then we'll take a look at this model in action so you can kind of see what these pieces coming together actually can look like. We have our event timeline, and when a session in the main room finishes, here's our break in the experiences. In person, takes a washroom break, they network out in the hall, and maybe they're visiting exhibitor booths. While online, we go back to our in-studio host who interacts with the audience, calls out names they see in the chat. Maybe they reveal the winner of a contest with the online audience, or look at who's leading the gamification on the platform. Maybe they tee up a 5-minute post-session interview with the keynote speaker by throwing to a sponsor commercial. And when you come out of that sponsor commercial, the online audience gets to sit in on this exclusive one-on-one interview with the speaker. Ultimately, having this dedicated online host is going to keep your online audience engaged, interactive, and acknowledged. And they'll really feel like part of the event. A very stark contrast from a lot of pre-COVID conference streams where the online experience was literally just watching other people go to an event. And we all know that's just not going to fly anymore. Now, perhaps the day's agenda is moving into breakouts, right? A whole other ball game. So perhaps there are 3 breakout sessions in the virtual platform, whereas in person may have more breakouts to choose from. Maybe on the platform, 2 of those breakouts are pre-recorded, ready to go, automated, and the 3rd breakout happens to take place in the main ballroom. So you've already got cameras there. There's no added expense, and it can be streamed live to a breakout session in the platform. You really do have some flexibility here, and it's okay if the 2 experiences are not exactly the same. There's also some really great tools like Slido to tie these 2 audiences together for things like polls, Q&A. So using Slido, both audiences can submit and upvote questions, and it all comes down one funnel for the live speakers. So, here is a mock example of this transition happening, finishing a session and breaking to the online host, engaging with the audience, and moving through a couple of segments, and then queuing back to the main room as the next session begins. Take a look.
What we are doing here is achievable and long overdue, and the leadership prize already goes to Lynn.
Well, that was a fantastic session from Robert. I see a lot of you got so much out of that, a lot of really great comments in the chat with some of the information Robert presented today. Let's take a quick look at some of the key takeaways here that you mentioned in the chat. Let's see what we got. Raid, this is a marathon, not a sprint. Isn't that the truth? So many great comments. All right. Don't forget, we've got Louise Ardell coming up after the break here. But we want to take a moment and thank our title sponsor. This event would not be possible without their involvement. We're going to take a quick look at what they do and we'll be back here with the winner of our office photo contest, so stick around. Well, welcome back, and thank you again to all of our sponsors. Now, all morning you've been posting pictures of your home office setup, or however you've been tuning in today. So let's take a look at some of the setups here. What we've got today, very nice. Some nice, almost like borderline designer setups here. You always need a nice big monitor, some good screen real estate. All right, so let's see who our winner is. With the most likes, we've got Cozy Home Shots. Awesome. So we will be sending you a private message to get you your prize. It's just so great to see everyone's pictures, and we're so grateful that you're joining us and just part of this year's convention. Well, it's time to move into our next session here with Louise Ardell. She's an amazing speaker. If you have not seen her before, you're really going to enjoy this. It looks like we're just about to get underway here. Enjoy this next session. We'll see you on the other side.
Thank you, and welcome today, and to those who are here and those who are with us virtually.
Okay, so I hope this has been helpful to see a concrete model in action. This can obviously be tweaked and adjusted to suit your event exactly. I mean, the host can even be remote, or the studio itself doesn't even have to be at the same location as the conference. But this is a proven hybrid model for you to take and run with it. You know, our goal is creating exceptional event experiences, and this model has the track record to do just that. eThereLIVE is uniquely positioned to supply for these events. Because of our relationship with our parent company, Soundbox, we can provide the live and virtual shows. Soundbox has been providing live event production for over 20 years, and eThereLIVE has been specializing in virtual events and live stream broadcasts for the last 12 years, way before Facebook Live and YouTube Live were ever a thing. And when COVID hit, eThereLIVE and Soundbox teamed up to expand and handle all the streaming requirements. Knowing that the future would be in hybrid events, we knew that this partnership would be so beneficial to our customers. If you have an event coming up and you would like to chat through some of this stuff, give us a call or an email. We can jump on a call. We'd love to meet you and talk about creating an experience, an amazing experience for your audience.